Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got the final game of this two-game series in the 1978 Yankees replay. Oakland A's traveling to New York trying to get a win here. Got beat the first game, and now the starting lineup for the second game is leading off playing left field, DeLeon. Batting second, playing right field, Thomason. Batting third, playing shortstop, Guerrero. Batting fourth, doing the DH is Page. Batting fifth, playing first base is Reverian. Batting sixth, playing center field is Armas. Batting seventh, playing third base is Gross. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Essien. Batting ninth, playing second base is Stage. And doing the pitching is John Henry Johnson. And for the New York Yankees, their hometown team. And leading off, playing second base is Randolph. Batting second, playing left field is White. Batting third, doing the catching's Munson. Batting fourth, playing right field is Jackson. Batting fifth, doing the DH is Piniella. Batting sixth, playing first base is Chambliss. Batting seventh, playing third base is Nettles. Batting eighth, playing center field is Blair. Batting ninth, playing shortstop is Stanley. And on the mound, going for his leading 11th win in the American League, he's got 10. Ed Figueroa. Now let's get down here to Yankee Stadium, get this game started. And to lead it off here for the A's is Miguel DeLeon, batting .252. He's got no homers and 6 RBIs. Like I said, Ed Figueroa, this is his 13th start. He is 10-1 with a 2.36 ERA. And here's his first pitch of the ball game. And that ball is grounded back to him. Heads up with it. He tosses it over to Chambliss. And we got one down. One up and one down here in the top of the first. And Thomason comes to the plate. And Gary's batting .219 with 4 homers and 13 RBIs. That's going to be a base on balls. At first base runner's a walk here with 1 out. And Guerrero comes to the plate batting .252 with 2 homers and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to White in left field. And there is now 2 down. And Page comes up. 2 down, 1 on, batting .270 with 10 homers and 31 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to left field. Nope, that's going to be a hit by pitch. He hits Page. So now you got first and second and 2 outs. It's Figueroa. It's a batter here. First and second for Reverian. And Dave's batting .304. He's got 7 homers and 27 RBIs. And that's going to be a 56 and a 5. And that'll be fielding column 2. And he'll fire over to first. And that'll be the final out. 5-3 put out. The A's strand 2. A's nothing. Yankees coming to the plate with Randolph, White, and Munson. Willie's batting .274 on the year. He's got a homer and 24 RBIs. John Henry Johnson making his 12th start of the year. He's 5-3 with a 3.32 ERA. And here's the pitch to Willie. And that's going to be a 11 against the lefty. 7 coming, 11, take me out of the sky. That's going to be an infield hit. Randolph's aboard here with a leadoff single. And Roy White is up, and White's batting 284 on the year with 2 homers and 9 RBIs. And that's not what the Yankees want to see. That's a ground ball of 54 and a 7. That'll be fielding column 3, but I don't think it's going to matter. And that's going to be the old 4-6-3 double play. And now there is 2 down and nobody on for Thurman Munson. Double play wipes out the infield hit. And Philip Reynolds joins us. And Thurman Munson's up batting 296 with 5 homers and 36 RBIs. And that's going to be the old ground ball down the first. That'll end the inning. We go to the top of the second. Still no score. Got Armas due up here for the A's. And Tony will be followed by Gross and Essien. And Tony, he's batting 255 on the year. He's got 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to White. White's been a little busy here with 1 down now at the top of the second. Wayne Gross batting 219 on the year with 2 homers and 16 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Willie. And there's quickly 2 outs here in the second. And Essien steps up. And Jim batting 226. He's got 5 homers and 17 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls, a 2-out walk. That's Figueroa's second walk of the game. Steve Staggs comes up now, runner on first. 2 outs, batting 162. No homers and 3 RBIs. And that's going to be another ground ball down the Nettles. And he'll throw over to first. And that'll end the inning. And A strand 1 to the bottom of the second we go. We got the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up here. Jackson, Piniella, and Chambliss. Reggie batting 328 with 18 homers and 40 RBIs. And that's going to be a rare play. 40 and a 25. And that's going to be hit out to right field. Thomason's out there. A 33 and a 2 should be fielding column 2. And it is. And that's going to be a single batter to second on throwing error and out, trying for third. So we're going to have a single. We're going to have an error. And the batter's going to be out, trying for third. So Reggie gets a hit, gets down the second, but gets thrown out, trying to get the third. So now there's 1 down, nobody on. And Piniella's up. Piniella is batting 340 on the year with 3 homers and 26 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Johnson. He tosses it over to Revering. And there's now 2 outs. And now you got Chris Chambliss up. Can Chambliss get a 2-out rally going here? Batting 240 on the year with 2 homers and 31 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty at 12. And that is going to be a base hit. So Chambliss gets a hit. Goes the other way, drives that ball in the left field. So Chambliss is aboard here with 2 outs, and Greg Nettles comes to the plate. Can Nettles do something here? Nettles batting 288. He has 13 homers and 42 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. 19. And that's going to be a fly ball out the DeLeon in left field, and that'll end the inning. The Yankees strand 1. We go to the top of the third, still no score. And speaking of DeLeon, top of the order, lead it off here. Miguel Thompson, Thomason, and Guerrero. Miguel 0 for 1. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And like I say, Roy White's been busy. Thomason's up now. And Gary, he walked his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Chambliss. He takes it himself. 2 up and 2 down here in the third. And Guerrero, he's 0 for 1. Flew out to White his first time up. And that's going to be another base on balls. And that's the third walk of the game. So each inning, Figueroa's walked the batter. There's 2 outs, nobody on. As the A's going to make him pay this time. Page, he got hit by a pitch his first time up. And that's a lazy fly ball out to Reggie. Now to end the inning. So the 2-out walk goes nowhere. And we get to the bottom of the third with the bottom part of the order due up here for the Yanks. Blair, Stanley, and then back to Randolph. Paul Blair batting 163. No homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. That's going to be a base hit in the left field. Paul Blair gets aboard here with the leadoff single. And Fred Stanley comes to the plate. We're going to do a little hit and run with Stanley. Fred's batting 364 with a homer and 2 RBIs. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 14. 14. And that's going to be a base hit. That's a single through short. And Blair, with the hit and run being on, is going to make it down the third. So first and third, the bottom part of the order doing it for the Yanks here. Yanks got a runner 90 feet away in a 0-0 game. And Fred Stanley's down at first. And Willie's up. Willie singled his first time up. And that's not what the Yankees wanted. That's going to be a ground ball down to second. 35 and a 7. Should be fielding column 2, I would think. Yep. And that's going to be the old 4-6-3 double play, but the run will score. No RBI for Willie. The Yankees take a 1-0 lead. Now there's nobody on in 2 outs. Big inning probably just got evaporated with that double play. White, he grounded into a 4-6-3 double play his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Stags, but nobody's on. So that's just going to be a 4-3 put out. Yankees score 1. Lead this game 1-0 as we go to the top of the 4th. And now you got Revering, Armas, and Gross due up. And Dave, he's 0 for 1. He grounded out to third his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Blair. He makes the catch. And there is 1 down. And now Tony Armas comes to the plate. And Tony's 0 for 1. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty. 15 and a 9. And that's a base hit. The first hit of the ball game for the A's. Infield hit by Tony Armas. And now Wayne Gross comes to the plate. 1 on, 1 out in a 1-0 game. Gross 0 for 1, grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Let's see if Chambliss can make a play on this and maybe even turn to a 65 and a 4. It's going to be fielding column 3, and that's not good. And that's going to be a single in the right field. Chambliss can't get to it. And now it's first and second. And now the tying run is down at second. Go ahead, run at first. And you got Essien up. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. That's Ed Figueroa's first strikeout, and it's a big one. Now there's 2 outs and 2 on for Steve Staggs. And the Stags is 0 for 1. He grounded out the Nettles his first time up. And that's going to be against the righty of 14. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. Blair on his horse tracks it down easily, makes a nice play. And that'll end the inning. The A's strand too. It's still 1-0 New York as we go to the bottom of the fourth. You got the 3, 4, 5 hitters due up here. Munson, Jackson, and Piniella. And Thurman 0 for 1 today. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Gross. And there's 1 out. And Reggie's up now. Reggie singled. Made it down the second on the air. Tried to get the third and was thrown out by Gary Thomason. So here's the pitch to Reggie. And that's going to be a ground ball. Dave Revering makes the play. And there's 2 outs. And Sweet Lou Piniella's up. Lou's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the pitcher's first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball. Thomason makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 goes the Yankees. To the top of the fifth we go. New York 1, Oakland nothing. Got the top of the order due up here for the A's. DeLeon, Thomason, and Guerrero. And Miguel 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Reggie. 1 up and 1 down here in the fifth. And Gary Thomason's up. He's 0 for 1. He's walked in this ball game. And that's going to be another base on balls. That is the 4th walk given up by Figueroa. And Guerrero comes to the plate. Ed's been able to pitch around these walks. Can he continue to do it here in the fifth? Guerrero's 0 for 1. He walked his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Blair. Can of corn. 2 down now. And it's up to Page to do something here with 2 outs. Tie and run it first. Go ahead, run at the plate. Page has been hit by a pitch and flew out the right. And that's going to be a 27. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. 35 and a 5 should be fielding column 1, I would think. And it is. And he's going to go the short way over to second. And that'll end the inning. The A's strand 1. To the bottom of the fifth we go. You got Chambliss, Nettles, and Blair due up. Chris is 1 for 1 today. He's singled in the game. And that's going to be another base hit. This one in the right field. He turns on this one. Gary gets over. Chambliss with not great speed is going to hold it first. So a leadoff single by Chris. Nettles is up now. He's 0 for 1 today. Can you keep it going here against the lefty? That'll be a 19. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Miguel and left. 1 down here. Paul Blair, he's 1 for 1 today. He singled and came around to score the only Yankees run and the only run of the ball game so far. So here's the pitch to Blair, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Paul out. That's the first strikeout by Johnson. And now Stanley's up. Stanley singled back in the third. He's 1 for 1. And that's going to be back-to-back strikeouts by Johnson. Keeps this a 1-0 game. We strand 1. The Yankees do go to the top of the 6th in a 1-0 game. Got Revering due up, followed by Armas and Gross. You see the team replay comparisons. Oakland's 28 and 31. They've scored 404 runs. They've hit 49 homers, and they've also stolen 49 bases. And they've been caught 32 times. The Yankees are 42 and 15. They have scored 299 runs on 64 homers, stolen 40 bases, and been caught 11 times. Dave is 0 for 2 today. And that's going to be against the righty of 15 and an 8. And that's a fly ball out to Reggie. 1 up and 1 down. Now you got Tony Armas up. Tony's got 1 of the 2 hits. He singled his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Ed strikes him out as Cutter Historican joins us here. Check out his great channel. Okay, I hear you, buddy. And now Wayne Gross comes to the plate. Gross is 1 for 2. He has the other hit in this ball game, singled his last time up. That's going to be another base on balls. And again, that's the 5th walk given up by Ed, but he's still pitching a shutout. He's been able to pitch around these walks. And Essien's up now. He is 0 for 1. He has walked and struck out, yet to put the ball in play. And that's going to be 2 balls and no strikes. Ed falls behind on him. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. A 62 and an 8. That's probably going to be fielding column 3. And it is. And that's going to be first on air, runner to third. That's an E6. Keeps the inning alive. Runner on first is now at third. First and third. 2 outs, and the A's got an opportunity here, folks. With these Stags up, he's 0 for 2. The first time they've had a base runner 90 feet away. The last time they had a runner in scoring position, Stags flew out the center field. So here's the pitch to Steve. And that's going to be against the righty 14. And that's not going to work for the Yankees. That's a single in the center field. That'll score Gross. And that'll tie the ball game up. Essien's going to stop at second. So it's a 1-1 game. The walk finally kicks his butt. First and second, still 2 outs. And the top of the order up, Miguel 0 for 3 today. He has flown out the left and right and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Fred. He fires across the diamond. That'll end the inning. But the RBI single by Stags ties this game up at 1 apiece. Got the top of the order due up here against Johnson, Randolph, White, and Munson. Can the Yankees get that run right back? Willie is 1 for 2 today. He's singled in the game. And he gets a hold of this one. Where's this one going to land at? And Yankee Stadium, and that's off the wall out there at the 385 mark in right field. And Willie's got himself a leadoff double, so the Yankees got the go-ahead run right away in scoring position. And Roy White's up. White is 0 for 2. He has grounded out to second both times. And that's going to be a fly ball out to right field. 45 and a 2. That's barely fielding 2. And that'll be a re-roll of dice. And that's going to be a 43. 28. 28 to get the third. So a 54 lower, Willie gets the third. And he's down at third. So the fly ball gets the runner 90 feet away. So now it's going to force the A's to bring the infield in with the captain up, Thurman Munson. Go ahead, run 90 feet away. Munson is 0 for 2. He's grounded out the first and third, both corner spots. See if he can drive in Willie. 1 down and a 1-1 game infield in. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third, a 24 and a 3. 24 and a 3. That's fielding column 2. And with the infield in, that's going to be an error on Gross. And the run's going to score. So you got an E5, and all of a sudden it's back to a 1-run lead for the Yanks. It's 2-1. An unearned run just scoring there. Well, maybe. We'll have to see what happens here. Base hit or something like that, and that run would have still scored. So it might be an earned run. All depends on what the other Yankees do here. Reggie's up now. 1 down, runner down at first. He's 1 for 2 today. And And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And the only play he'll have is over to first. So Munson gets in the scoring position now with 2 outs. And can Lou Piniella double this lead? Pinella's 0 for 2 today. Munson down at second in a 2-1 game. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Tony. That'll end the inning, and that will be an unearned run. Let's see if they classify that an unearned run. That ground ball may have made it an earned run. We'll check it out here. See if that was an unearned run or not. Yep, that was an unearned run. So an unearned run scores makes it a 2-1 game. We go to the top of the 7th. You got the 2, 3, 4 hitters due up with the A's trailing by 1. Thomason, Guerrero, and Page. Gary is 0 for 1. He has walked twice in this game. And not this time. That's a fly ball out to Reggie. And there is 1 down. And Guerrero comes to the plate now. He's 0 for 2 today. He has flown out the left and center and also walked. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be a 19, and that's going to be a fly ball again out to Reggie. Reggie back-to-back plays out in right field. 2 up and 2 down. And Page is 0 for 2. He did get hit by a pitch. And he gets a hold of this one. And where's this one going to go, folks? It'll be a 16. And that's going to be a double down the third baseline. So a 2-out double by Page. And the time runs in scoring position. Dave Revering with 2 outs. And Dave's 0 for 3. He has flown out twice and grounded out. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. Stanley waits for it to come down, makes the catch. The runner gets stranded at second. We go to the 7th inning stretch and a 2-1 ball game. You got Chambliss, Nettles, and Blair due up against Johnson. And Pinella's 2 for 2 today. Chambliss, rather, is 2 for 2 today. See if he can keep it up and have a perfect game. And that's going to be a Baltimore chopper out in front of the plate. Yep. And a 63 and a 7. Most likely it's going to be fielding column 3. And it is. And that's going to be an error. He stumbles at Baltimore chop, and that's an E2, and Chambliss is aboard, so he's not 3 for 3, but he's been on base all 3 times. Brings up Greg Nettles now, who's 0 for 2. He has flown out to Miguel in left field both times. See if he can hit it somewhere else, and he does. It's over on the right side of the infield. Now that's a swing and a miss. Now, wait a second. Let's get it right here. Runner down. That's on the, yep, that's a swing and a miss. Johnson strikes him out for his 3rd strikeout of the game. And Blair comes to the plate now. And Paul's 1 for 2. He has singled and came around to score a run back in the 3rd and struck out his last time up. And we drop one of the dice. And that ball's well hit. Paul Blair trying to drive in a run. Let's see what happens here. That's going to be a single in the right field. And with Chambliss' speed, he's going to stop at second. So now you got first and second. And Fred Stanley's up. Yankees with some insurance runs on the pad. Can they cash in here? Fred's 1 for 2. He singled and struck out his last time up. Can Fred deliver here? First and second and 1 out. that's going to be a pop up behind home plate. And Asian makes the catch, makes up for the error, I guess. But now there's 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the order. And can Willie Randolph, with 2 outs, get a base hit? He is 2 for 3. He has doubled. Came around to score his last time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. He walks, the base is loaded. That's going to get the bullpen up in a hurry. They come out and talk to Johnson. Base is full of Yankees. 2 outs. Roy White's up. White's 0 for 3. He has grounded out to second twice, flew out to right. Chambliss at third. Blair down at second. And Willie at first. White at the plate. Can White bust this game open for the Yankees? And nope. That's going to be a fly ball out to Gary. That'll end the inning. The Yankees leave the bases loaded. We go to the top of the 8th. It's a 2-1 ball game. They got the Goose and Sparky Lau both up in the bullpen. If anybody gets on, that'll be it for Ed Figueroa. And he's got Revering due up. Armas due up, followed by Gross. And Asian. Tony is 1 for 3, singled. He did strike out his last time up against Ed. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Reggie makes the play. And there's 1 down. Wayne Gross comes to the plate. He's 1 for 2. He has singled and walked and came around to score the only run of the ball game for the A's. Last time up in the 6th. And he gets a hold of this one off of Figueroa. See where this one's going to land at, folks. And that ball is blasted in the right field. And that'll be a 1-out double. And that'll be it for Figueroa. And the Goose is coming in. The Goose is on the loose. So Ed goes 7 1/3. Runner down at second is his responsibility. He can't lose the game. But if the run scores there, he won't get a decision. So the Goose is coming in. Try to nail this game down. This is the Goose's 17th appearance. He's 1-0 with 14 saves and hasn't given up an earned run yet. Runner down at second, 1 out. And Asian's up. He's 0 for 2. He has reached base twice. He has walked, struck out, and reached on an error his last time up. And that's going to be a 55 and an 8. 55 and an 8. And that's going to be fielding column 2. And that's going to be a pop-up down the third. Nettles makes the play. And there's 2 outs. Let's see here. Are they going to have a pitch hitter for Steve? He's 1 for 3 with the only RBI. And they're going to let Steve bat. Runner down at second, 2 outs. Steve's 1 for 3 with the RBI. The only RBI of the game for the A's. Can Goose get out of this? Nobody scoring. And that's a swing and a miss. Goose strikes him out. And we're going to the bottom of the 8th. It's still a 2-1 ball game. As the A's strand a runner down at second. You got Munson, Jackson, and Piniella due up. You see the Yankees' upcoming schedule. The A's leave town, and Seattle comes in and plays 2 games. And after that 2-game series, then the California Angels show up. Munson is 0 for 3. He has grounded out twice. He did reach on an error his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Steve. we're going to take Johnson out, even though I already know what the result is. Taking Johnson out. Now we're taking Johnson out. You got a righty, lefty, righty. And see who they're going to bring in here. Are they going to bring in Sosa or Lancey? I think they're going to bring in Sosa. Sosa's going to come in the game here. Try to keep it a one-run game. Elias is going to come in. We already know that's going to be a ground out to second for Munson. This is Sosa's 34th appearance. He's 2-3 with 7 saves on the year with a 4.11 ERA. And Thurman's going to ground out to second. There's one down. Now you got Reggie Jackson up. 1 out, nobody on. Reggie's 1 for 3 today. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to go, folks? Kiss it goodbye. Reggie Jackson has just given the Yankees a 3-1 lead. He's doubled your fun. He's doubled your pleasure. He's doubled the lead from 1 run to 2. And Reggie, that was his 19th homer of the year and his 41st RBI. And he's probably going to be taken out of the game for defensive purposes. Now you got Pinello up. And Pinella, he is 0 for 3 today. He is grounded out and flown out the center and right. And that's going to be against the righty. That'll be an 18 and a 9. And that's going to be a nice play down there by Guerrero. Takes a base hit away from Lou. Now there's 2 down. Chambliss up. Chambliss is 2 for 3. He has singled twice and reached on an error, been on base all 3 times. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Sosa. That'll end the inning, but the solo homer by Jackson makes this a 3-1 ball game. And I think Mickey's going to come in the game. Rivers. Let's see here. Yeah, Mickey Rivers is going to come in the game and play center field. And Blair's going to move over to right field for Reggie. And Reggie comes out for defensive purposes. So make a defensive change here. Blair will come in. So Blair will move over to right field. Mickey Rivers will come in for Reggie. And he'll play center field. And you got the top of the order due up here against the Goose. DeLeon, Thomason, and Guerrero. Miguel is 0 for 4 today. He is grounded out twice, then flown out twice. And that's going to be a rare play, a 55 and a 40. 55 and a 40. And that's going to be hit out to center field. Mickey just came in the game, folks. Mickey Rivers just comes in the game, and that ball's hit out to him. A 55 and a 2. First of all, 55 and a 40 is a what? That's a 5. And that was a 55. And that's going to be fielding column 3. And on a 5, and that's going to be a single to center. A batter to third on an error. So that's a single, and Mickey misplays that one. That's an E8, and the batter's going to get down to third. So now you got a runner down at third, nobody out. Mickey comes in for defensive purposes and screws the pooch. Now, how big was that homer, folks? Got a runner down at third. Now the tying runs at the plate instead of at third. Thomason's over 2. He has walked twice. Nobody out. The Yankees playing back. They'll give up the run for an out. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Big strikeout by the Goose. Now there's one down. And Guerrero comes to the plate. And Guerrero is 0 for 3. He has walked in this game, flown out to every outfield position. And that's going to be a 32. And that is going to be a fly ball out to right field. And Blair was moved over there. That's going to be a 55. See if they can throw him out at the plate. 55. And there will be no play at the plate. That's a sacrifice fly. And now it's a 3-2 ball game. Unearned run scores. That evens up the unearned runs. Now you got Page up, 2 down, tying run at the plate. A's down to their last out. Page is 1 for 3. He is hit by a pitch, flown out, grounded into a force play, and has a double his last time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. The Goose ends this game, made him look like Linda Ronstadt was out there. He threw some blue bayous, and that's the game, folks. The Yankees hold on and win this game 3-2 as the Goose gets his 15th save of the year. Let's take a look here at the box score. I don't think Reggie Jackson, we'll see here, but so the Yankees 3 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. The A's 2 runs, 6 hits and 3 errors. And Wayne Gross was 2 for 3 on the game, but he also had that big error. Don't forget that. Gross had the error that cost him a run. The A's were 1 for 9 with runners in scoring position, left 11 men on base. Remember all the walks, they couldn't do nothing with it. Randolph was 2 for 3. Reggie Jackson was 2 for 4. Chambliss was 2 for 4. The Yankees were 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, but was able to get 3 runs across the board and left 6 men on base. Johnson, he gets the loss. He drops to 5 and 4, 7 innings, 8 hits, pitched a hell of a game. 2 runs, 1 earned run, walked 1, struck out 3. Sosa comes in, gives up 1 hit, 1 inning, 1 run, and it was the homer to Reggie. Ed Figueroa goes to 11-1. He's the first American League pitcher and might be the first pitcher, period, to win 11 games. We'll have to look here. And he pitched 7 1/3, 5 hits, 1 unearned run, walked 5, struck out 2. Goose Gossage comes in, gets his 15th save, an inning and 2/3, 1 hit, 1 unearned run, and he struck out 3. Take a look here at the rest of the American League games. You got the Mariners taking on the Orioles. The Mariners will be coming to town. Let's see what the Orioles do to them before they come to New York. New York. You can make it there. You can make it anywhere. And they get a big win in Baltimore. The Mariners 10 runs on 15 hits and 2 errors. The Orioles 7 runs, 9 hits and 1 error. Then you got the Angels taking on the Red Sox. Can the Red Sox keep up with the Yankees? And no, the Angels beat the Red Sox 7-5 on 14 hits and 1 run. The Red Sox 5 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. Then you got the Cleveland Indians traveling up to Chicago, take on the Go White Sox. A battle of the lefties here. And the White Sox beat up on the Indians. And Thornton for the Indians hit a grand slam. Imagine if he didn't do that. Sure. The White Sox 10 runs, 16 hits, and no errors. How about Chet Lemon? 3 for 5 with a homer and 3 RBIs. Like I say, Thornton, 5 runs, 8 hits, and 1 run, and 4 of them was the grand slam. Then you got the Brewers taking on the Tigers and Detroit City. And the Brewers beat up on the Tigers. And the Tigers had 4 errors. The Brewers 14 runs, 17 hits, and no errors. The Tigers 1 run, 8 hits, and 4 errors. Then you got the Rangers going up against the Kansas City Royals and KC. See what happens here in Kansas City, Missouri. Missouri. And Kansas City beats up on the Texas Rangers 11 runs, 14 hits, and 2 runs. 5 runs, 11 hits, and no errors for the Rangers. Then you got a double hitter here between the Twins and the Blue Jays. Game number 1. Let's see what happens up here in Toronto. Game number 1 of this double header. And the Twins take game number 1, 5-3 on 8 hits and 3 runs. Toronto 3 runs, 9 hits, out hit the Twins, couldn't outscore them. See if they can bounce back here and get a split. Or will the Twins sweep them? And the Twins sweep them. See what the Stars for. Blue Jays had 4 errors. 8 runs, 13 hits, and no errors for the Twins. 6 runs, 12 hits, and 4 errors for the Blue Jays. Let's take a look here at the standings and leaderboard after June 13th. The Yankees are now 9 games up on Boston. The Tigers 10.5 games back. The Brew Crew 12 games back. The Jays 15.5. The Orioles struggling 19.5 games back. The Indians 21 games back, holding up the American League East. And then out west, you got the Twins on a 6-game winning streak, are 3.5 games up on the White Sox. Kansas City's moved up to third place. They're 7 games back. The Rangers are 7.5 games back. The A's, with that loss, dropped to 8 games back. The Angels are now 9.5 games back. And Seattle is 17 games back. Jim Rice is either leading or tied for the lead in everything. Jim Rice is batting .365 on the year. He's tied with Reggie with 19 homers and has 60 RBIs. Going for that triple crown. You got Ron Guidry leading the American League with a 1.34 ERA. Figueroa now with 11 wins on the year, and Goose with his 15th save of the year to lead the American League. Jim Rice leading in MVP voting, and Ed Figueroa leading in the Cy Young. The next game on the channel is going to be the Braves. They're taking on the Cardinals, if my memory is correct. See what the pitching matchup looks like in game number 1. Vukovic going up against Mickey Mahler, old Rick's little brother. Let's see how many game series this is. Oh, two, three, 3 game series for the Braves here against the Cardinals and Atlanta. I want to thank Cutter Historical and Philip Reynolds for joining us. Check out their great channels. If you're new to my channel and you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. And on your way out of New York, hit that like button. It helps the channel out and don't cost a dime. Till next time, you all have a great day and take care.